guys. And yeah, 1 minute actually. So getting Elemental in here. And remember, guys, if you are a French speaker, if I believe that's how you call it
Si
right
vous
away.
parlez le français, vous pouvez aller.
Yeah, that.
TV. Barre
Live in
oblique.
Pink and Elemental are casting for you on the other stream. So.
WCG Canada.
Oui?
What's underscore in French? Robin, what's underscore in French? Underscore F5. Do it.
What? It's
I
too
don't
much
know
work,
what
man.
underscore is in French, man. Someone help me with that one.
I don't know. You're the one with bilingual, man.
I know slash is like the worst in French. Slash is barre oblique. Like
That's how you say it?
Like slash is 1 syllable. Barre oblique is 50 syllables.
Oh my gosh, sounds too much work.
Yeah, man. Like when you're trying to link something, it's like twitch.tv barre oblique WCG Canada barre oblique HTML barre oblique whatever.
Oh my
Crazy.
gosh. I would just say slash. I would bring over English
I
into
think
my
most
French.
French people say slash.
Good.
But the game here, guys, is starting. Here we go. It's WCG Canada Central Finals. Katu and Robin casting for ya, and we've got our next semifinals here starting up in just a second.
Go, Sword. Sword's going to the Eaton Center. Go, man. Go,
Yeah.
go, go.
Guys, if
Get
you
out
do
there.
live in Toronto, head over to the Eaton Center. It's a pretty cool setup. There's a bunch of pictures as well that the admins have been posting in the chat, so you can check that out. You can meet some of these players. Tell Hendrilisk how awesome he is, because he is. You know, we had that player, Killing Spree's hype yesterday, and we were hyping him up, but, I mean, that's just allowed Hendrilisk to swoop in and steal all the glory.
Freaking, I'm so excited. We're about to have our first esports event. No, not an event, but I guess get together, LAN, because it's not going to be huge, but it's going to be fun over at my close college. It's MU, Missouri University.
Oh, I was going to ask if it was at Day9's mom's house.
No, unfortunately not. She hasn't invited me over. But it's like 3 hours away from me, and if I have the time off, I get to go cast it. It's going to be so fun, man. I'm going to have League of Legends and StarCraft too, so I know I'll be
Pretty
at a local event. You guys are so lucky in Canada to be having one right now. It's
Well,
really...
I mean, there's one in Toronto, one in Montreal, one in Vancouver, and actually, there's a really solid community of players in Edmonton. Like, so many GMs are there: Saravati, Casey, M. Kenjin, and like, they're screwed. To drive to Vancouver, it's something like 6 hours from Edmonton, maybe more. I don't even know how long it is, but 6 hours is probably an accurate number. And like, it's tough, man. Canada is such a huge place that, like, they had to have 3 lands.
Yeah.
And even then, again, like Edmonton, anyone who lives in Alberta, they're pretty SOL. Same with like 9 other of the 12 or 13 provinces.
Man, I must be a dumb American. You're saying all these cities, all these areas, and I literally know like 2 of them. It's not
okay,
fair, man.
but the rest of the world is used to Americans being like that, so it's not a big deal.
Okay, well let me drop some knowledge on you, man. Let's see if you know
Please
these cities.
do it.
Baltimore, Atlanta,
man.
Dallas,
Yeah,
Kansas City,
yeah.
Belton.
Kansas City's in Missouri too. It's not even in
That's
Kansas.
because you know where I'm from. Belton, Topeka.
Yo,
You know about these
Topeka?
places?
I know about Topeka. It's in the Dark Tower series. Topeka.
What?
Yeah, man. It's in the
No.
Dark Tower series.
It's in the
by
Wizard of
Stephen
Oz, but it's not. What? No.
King. Yeah, man. They have a train and it goes through Topeka.
I don't even care anymore, man.
No joke.
I don't even
No
care
joke.
anymore.
The flowing plains.
You're wrong, man. You're wrong.
Look it up. All right, guys. So let's focus on this game here. We do have CombatEX going for a little bit of a 3-stalker rush here. It would seem he's got that second gateway finishing up. Meanwhile, his opponent has another 2 gateways coming up right now. So it looks like he's actually going to go for some quick 3-gate stalker aggression here across the map. He actually chrono boosted out 2 zealots, which is a little interesting. But now CombatEX starting to move out on his own, going to try to shut down any pylons from going down.
Nice. So yeah, here we go. CombatEX moving forward, and he has the suckers as well, going to help him kiting, but the pylon's already up. And I actually saw Daisy do this. It's actually really strong in Protoss if you can get it executed very, very quickly here. And Believe's doing a good job of getting those pylons up, and he has his zealots actually getting damage on those stalkers.
I
making them
mean,
just a
look at the
little bit weaker.
warp gate technology of CombatEX. He's still got a full minute to go on this, whereas his opponent already has warp gate complete. And here they come. Stalker's getting warped in. Oh no, one of them does get focus fire down here really, really quickly. Some nice focus fire though coming from Believe. He does manage to take out one of CombatEX's Stalkers here. He's continuing to kite, waiting for that extra warp-in. Meanwhile,
Ooh,
still
mistake.
no warp-ins here coming for CombatEX, but it looks like he might just hold this nonetheless.
Yeah, Believe made 3 huge mistakes. First off, all 3 times, the Zealots got some huge damage on the Stalkers because he clicked back incorrectly. He never did really great when it came to pathing, unfortunately. I kind of feel like maybe he went home to Chrono Boost his warp gates or something and just wasn't paying attention. But that was pulled off pretty well by CombatEX, and now CombatEX on the offensive here. Moving forward, already has a pylon up.
Yeah, Believe did spot that probe coming up the ramp, though, with his pylon placed there, so he will shut this down here. But there is another pylon very close, just outside that natural. I don't know if CombatEX wants to push up that ramp, though, man. This sentry could really cut this army in half and get Believe right back into this game.
Well, Believe's moving into a box facility, and you're right with the sentry going to try and cut this army in half.
Oh!
Although he misses his force field, he's not paying attention at all.
No.
The Zealot, yeah, GG. Yep, he called it.
So CombatEX, they're going to take game number 1, guys. That was a really quick one. Believe going for a cool little, like, early aggression. That hit at, what, like the 5-minute, 15-second mark? I think that's literally as fast as you can get Warp Gate out. And like you said, too many Zealot hits on the Stalkers, just doing way too much damage.
Yeah, just mistakes here and there, here and there. I mean, that 3-gate pressure, or I guess all-in, if you want to call it, is really, really, really strong. I saw Daisy pull it off a few times when I was casting him. Or, I'm sorry, first do it against Daisy when I was casting PvPs a month or so ago. And it was so strong and so potent. If you have great control, you really need to have a killer instinct, though, to pull it off. You just got to be on top of that micro. And unfortunately, I believe... Just, I feel like he was just checking his base and chrono boosting out his gateways when he took those free Zealot hits all 3 times. And he also had a Stalker that ran away from the army, that Crane in the chat was pointing out. And I saw it, I just didn't say anything to it, but he actually missed out on a little bit of his firepower early as well. So, nonetheless, we'll get ready for game number 2, guys, and we'll be jumping very soon.
Yeah, we're hopping in already, guys. This is the WCG Canada Central Finals. Katu and Robin casting for you. We're going to go to a quick commercial break, but we'll be right back here with some more StarCraft 2 action.
Yep.
I am not just a television. I am a Samsung Smart TV. I am your cheer on Canada and follow Twitter on screen machine. The only question is, where will your passions take us?
Alright, guys, we are back. Robin, my good man.
Hey.
How long do you think this game's going to last? That last one, I think, lasted about, what, 6.5, 7 minutes?
Well, this one's going to be a little bit on the fishy side. CombatEX already gearing up. So, yeah, it's going to be a fast game either way, whether or not it's CombatEX getting destroyed or CombatEX winning.
Alright, well, first, quick, up here in the top right, we got our pink Protoss. It's CombatEX. He's up 1-0 in this series. Down in the bottom left, it's the green Protoss, who tried a really aggressive play last game. Didn't work out, though. He's down a game. And now, as we see here, we've got the double 10 gates coming from CombatEX. Not building any more
Believe
probes.
doing?
Believe is protecting himself against cannons. This is actually
smart.
so cool. That
That's
is
really
genius.
cool.
So, guys, on this map, and particularly when you're playing against CombatEX, you have to be worried about cannons, because you can actually put down a photon cannon right there with 2 pylons behind it, and the 2 pylons actually block that cannon from getting hit by zealots or probes. And even CombatEX, you know, he's not the most manner guy, but even he thinks that that's pretty cool.
That is so funny. Yeah, only against CombatEX, man. He's even saying cute. But yeah, it's so cool, man. Like, I was asking for a second, I was like, wait, what is this guy doing? Is he going for an expand? But as soon as you said it, like it registered two in my head. I was like, oh my gosh, you're just preventing from that cannon rushes because that was something that we talked about yesterday, and a ZVP, and it's pretty potent in PvP as well. Problem is though, CombatEX again with the double 10 gates, it's gonna be having zealots hitting at his front door, and I don't think Believe's gonna be ready for this. Unfortunately, it's gonna be pretty hard hitting. Now he's gonna need to get a stalker out. He's got a first zealot already on the way. It's come down to some great micro, but this 10 gate man, it's gonna be pretty strong.
Yeah, the first zealot here already moving forward, and even in the chat there, people saying that Believe going to regret this low ground gateway because that's going to make it so much more vulnerable. These probes are going to have a hard time moving down to protect it, and here we've got the double zealots coming, and CombatEX there letting his opponent know that it's a 2-gate proxy. We see there the Chrono Boost going down on that gateway, but there's already 3 zealots. I don't even know if that stalker is going to manage to pop out here and escape. We've got the probes here, so many of them getting pulled, all of them, 20 probes here going down to engages, trying to actually block these zealots in, keep them from escaping, but so many probes here will go down, and that's exactly what CombatEX wants.
Yeah, certainly a lot of lost mining time as well. A stalker finally does pop out. That's going to help, but so many probes are being queued off. 9, 10 in total, and more is going to be popping down as well with some great micro from CombatEX. It's going to be a total of 11 getting executed. 12, maybe a couple more. Oh, he's going to go ahead and slam the stalker against the wall. Going to be able to maneuver his way out of there, but again, probes still missing out. Jeez, man.
This is looking tough. I mean, it's not the end of the world right now. It's only 11 probes for CombatEX. He still has not started up more probe production yet. And we do see that Believe is actually just going to go for the counterattack. He's going to try to kill off his opponent here, it seems. We do have more and more zealots popping out, trying to take down the base here of Believe. Meanwhile, back at home, CombatEX, no forge, no gateways, no nothing. So he's really got, like, no defenses here. And this might end up being literally a base race, not whereas both players are just going to rush to kill each other's bases. Of course, there is 112 minerals left for Believe, so he can always build an assimilator or a pylon wherever he ends up being when the last of his buildings at home start going down.
Well, here we go. Probes already starting to harass the probe line of CombatEX. The stalker's here as well, and they're going to die pretty darn quickly. Going to try and get some more resources out really quick. That way, CombatEX can build a few more units at home. Unfortunately, he won't be able to get 400 minerals out, so he won't be able to build a Nexus anywhere. But yeah, it's just going to be a pure base trade, as Katu mentioned here. Nice job there.
I think Believe has it. I really do. I mean, we're gonna see just zealots here from CombatEX. He's gonna have 5 of them, and we're gonna have stalkers for Believe. So basically, all Believe has to do is build a pylon like as far as he can at the absolute last second, and then he can just kite the zealots pretty much all day. I don't know if he can kill them, but like it's going to come down to how far away the pylon is and how close the stalkers get to the zealots. Oh no, the zealots! Oh, 2 stalkers came out. Uh-oh, well that's that. I missed.
Yeah.
I had, I think, the unit station up instead of the production tab, and the last 2 were stalkers popping out, not zealots, and that's going to be that.
He mined the last second to grab them out. Very intelligent here. So yeah, I think it's going to be it. You just mentioned it as well. It's going to go ahead and keep beating down on top of the last few buildings here. And where did his stalkers actually go? Where did CombatEX's stalkers go?
He's actually hiding them right down here because he's expecting the stalkers of his opponent to come up, and he wants to sandwich them between his zealots and his own stalkers. Even though he doesn't need to do that, you know, he's just going to add that extra nail in the coffin.
Well, here we go. The stalker's moving in, and they're going to fully commit to coming to these zealots. Yeah, he's going to come in and just calzone them in, man. Stalker calzone, pretty darn good. Assimilator already on the way as well for Believe. Thinking, okay, I might have this, man. It's going to be quite a burner.
It's going to be close. I mean, there are probes coming here for Believe. The zealots have taken no damage, though. They're still 100%. Maybe if you can spot these stalkers and catch them before the zealots come in, maybe. But I don't know. We do here have Believe. He goes up the ramp. He sees the stalkers with one of his probes. That means 1 dead probe already. He needs to go engage as quickly as possible here. Oh, man. It's going to have to be sick micro from Believe to make sure he's really taking the least hits from those zealots as possible. But he's already in a corner.
Yeah, 3 zealots coming in right away, and they're just going to churn away on those probes. No buffering damage whatsoever. Hitting on the stalkers, immediately taking damage on the stalkers as well. And CombatEX can just A-move, I feel like this, and just take him out. Yep, he's going to do it. And that's going to be game, man. 10-7 supply here. CombatEX with the advantage. Well played. CombatEX dropping down the easy, man. His manner Too darn good in this tournament, man. Too much fun. And now we're just going to go ahead and have the game finally finish off. Believe just needs a GG, and that's it, man.
Yeah, he's just got this one last assimilator, and of course with no Nexus, he is fully revealed to his opponent. There is the GG going down.
Alrighty, guys. So fast 2 games, man. CombatEX taking it 2-0.
It's a best of 5, so it's not quite over. He might be able to, yeah, like you said, he might be able to come back.
We'll see, man. We'll see. We're going to get ready for game number 3, guys. Let's run those commercials really quick, and we'll be ready for game number 3 for your WCG.
All right, you ready, Kevin? And flip.
Whoa! Did you get that?
Yep. Look at this. Takes like 20 pictures at a time. I never miss anything. Isn't that awesome?
Oh, that's really cool. You should upload these.
I know, right?
That is really amazing. Pictures are so clear.
Kevin's a handsome devil.
That phone does everything. Search dog tricks.
Okay, see if we can teach him something cool. Look at how lazy Kevin is.
Kevin, get it together, dude.
Come on, Kevin.
Take 20 pictures with Burst Shot on the Galaxy S3.
I am not just a television. I am a Samsung Smart TV. I am your cheer on Canada and follow Twitter on screen, machine. The only question is, where will your passions take us?
The wolves are sleeping at night. Means we're ready, man. Oh God.
What? Talking to me?
Robin, don't leave me.
I left you. I'm not here anymore.
Oh no.
The wolf is sleeping.
The wolf is sleeping.
We can start the cast.
Alright guys, so welcome back to the WCG Canada Central Finals. We're in game number 3. It's going to be here on Shakira's Plateau, spawning in the bottom left position. We've got our green Protoss from latest and greatest. He is Believe. And I hope he believes he can come back, because he needs 3 games in a row if he's going to win the series against this guy in the top right. It's the pink Protoss, CombatEX.
Whatever happened to Team Rats? Wasn't CombatEX on Team Rats?
I do know there was a Rats. He might have been. I know Deezer was on Rats. And
Where
there
did
you
Deezer go?
I forgot the overlay, but I did change it before anyone in the chat said it, so it's like I
You're
didn't
moving
forget
forward.
it.
You're doing good, man. You're doing good. So, yep, CombatEX in the top right corner, Crota boosting out those probes. We'll see what the plan is for last game. Believe first game went for some 3-gate pressure / all-in, a little bit on the side. And then game number 2, Believe tried to block off any put-on-cannon rushes, metagaming CombatEX. Didn't work out to his advantage, man. CombatEX with a double 10 gate. Yeah, fantastic. We'll see if CombatEX be playing a little bit more passively this game. But then again, man, like you said.
Well, what I'm surprised is Believe. I mean, like the first game he went for a gateway scout. Game 2 he like didn't even go for a scout. Now he's going for a gateway scout again here in game 3. And if I was playing CombatEX, I would be like, okay, we're going for like a 6 probe scout. We're going to find out exactly what this guy's doing, and then we're going to go from there. Because, I mean, he's got all these tricky builds up his sleeve that are super effective. We've seen him take 2 games here already off of his opponent. And we'll see, yeah, like you said, what he's got in this game. Nothing too fancy, though, here so far.
Yeah, looking actually pretty nice. Pretty similar to what you would see in a PvP. Cybernetics core all lining up. So, you know, I'm trying to think, like, what I want to go for. I mean, Blink Stalkers, of course, have been fantastic on Shakira's Plateau. That's just kind of the old type of play on an older type of map. I mean, there are some Immortal timings as well that are pretty nice. Colossi when you get to the mid-game, but other than that, there's nothing too crazy that you can do because it's such an elongated map. There's the old photon cannon rushes on the low ground by the bushes on the left and right side of the map, as well as the hidden proxy gates, but none of those have happened, so we might actually just have a straight-up game from both our players.
We very well may, and that was actually a pretty late warp gate there for CombatEX, and I'm not sure if Believe noticed it or not, but he did use an extra chrono boost on his Nexus here, and we do see that his warp gate research is just like 2-3 seconds ahead of his opponent, so he should be okay against any kind of warp gate aggression. We see neither, or no, there you go, Believe did take a second gas, just starting to mine from it right now, whereas CombatEX did not, so we'll have to see what CombatEX does here. He's got a lot of chrono boost there saved up, and he's going for a ton of stalkers.
Nice. Stalker's always fantastic. I like them on this map as well compared to Zealots because, one, it's a big map, and two, you're able to kite across the middle of the map if you have any zealot pressure coming your way. You're able to search out probes, prevent any types of pylons from going down. And CombatEX got map control. It sees everything. And Believe hasn't gotten by in any way, shape, or form, so CombatEX actually pretty aware.
CombatEX. Well, he's got a mix. I thought he was going to go for an expansion, and I still think he may.
Why do they have 2 probes there?
But yeah, he's just misrallied his Nexus over to that mineral patch, but not to the mineral patch. And there's the Nexus going down. So this is kind of a cool build that CombatEX has here. He's basically gone for this Stalker Rush, which is going to put a lot of pressure on his opponent right here early on and make Believe sit and stay in his base. And until this robotics facility is done and an observer's out, which he might go for an Immortal first, seeing all of these Stalkers early on, Believe is going to have no idea about this base until, like, I don't know, what, 5-6 minutes from now?
Well, Stalker does make its way on in, and if worst case scenario, at least CombatEX will be able to get a scout on. His Stalker's on the low ground, though, not attacking. There we go. Now we'll take out the probe as well, and actually, this Stalker Rush actually doing a lot of damage. Taking out the Sentry now as well. His force field's about to pop off, and he'll be able to get into the main.
Yeah, there are 2 Stalkers about to pop out for Believe, and he did a lot more damage to CombatEX's Stalker, so he's going to be just fine here. He's going to hold. But again, I mean, if CombatEX won right there, that would be the classic definition of a bop, where you're just pushing across the map to put a little bit of pressure and end up killing your opponent. And I mean, he's also even got a probe here hidden in the top left, might do some counterattack stuff. But his Nexus is about to finish. He's got those extra gateways going down now. He's got a robotics facility, and he's just in great position. That was a nice little pressure.
Nice little variety of build, too. And you can do that kind of stuff, too, when you're known for putting like early aggression on and being kind of cheesy. You make players kind of freak out and play very passively. And so Believe, finally getting an observer out, we'll know very soon what kind of situation he's in. CombatEX right now ahead, 30-26 probes. Number's going to get a little bit higher with chrono boost used on top of those Nexuses to get out the nice amount of probes. And he's also falling up to the 3rd and 4th gate as well, so he'll have a nice amount of units out, have the robotics facility finishing up, getting his own Immortals out. Just like you said, man, CombatEX feeling pretty safe at the moment.
Yeah, and both players are on like even tech as well, so it's not even like Believe might have an advantage in that. Neither player's gone for the Colossus Den just yet, that robotics bay, and there's actually even just more gateways out for CombatEX, so things not looking good. And I mean, this is that important game. Believe cannot afford to lose this one.
Well, here we go, man. Twilight Council on the way as well. Gonna start moving up in the tech, and Believe moving forward here with a number of units. Deciding to go ahead and clear out the Zondaga, and looks like he's gonna pull back. And look at this, even a fast 3rd for CombatEX in the bottom right corner. Really,
wow.
just
that's actually crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane. Believe trying to get a scout of his opponent's base. He does scout the natural, and he will get his observer out of there. Stalker's unable to catch it quite quickly enough. And is that air weapons coming from Believe?
Yeah. What? He's going for air weapons.
That is interesting. Interesting.
No Stargate quite yet.
That? No Stargate.
Is he just gonna rush into Mothership?
I can't help but feel like that was just a misclick. Like he tried to click on his Nexus or something, build a probe. Both the air weapons and the probes, you know, it's the E key as the hotkey. It must be that. It must be that.
Maybe he's got something crazy in store.
I think so.
We'll see, man. It's taking his 3rd gas. If it was gonna be a Mothership rush, I would want to see a 4th gas now, like way before. So I don't know. I guess
he did cancel it.
No, he canceled it.
Yeah,
okay.
So he did notice there that it was chugging away. Cancels it, gets those resources back. Of course, canceling an upgrade, unlike canceling a building, you get all of your resources back, so not a big deal. We do have a forge going down for both players, so those upgrades will start soon. No Robo Bay, though, for CombatEX. Instead, he went for that Twilight Council, getting the Zealot speed. And so he is going to be behind in the Colossus count. That might be the one saving grace here for Believe, but I'm kind of starting to think that CombatEX, with this third base now starting to mine, is just going to have too many resources and too many units, and Colossus or no Colossus, he might be able to overrun his opponent.
Yeah, just by pure girth, he'll be able to overrun Believe. Gosh, tons of zealots being turned out constantly here. He's going to go ahead and maybe start putting a little bit of pressure on Believe.
Like,
he
he's
wants to keep
got
him stuck in his natural.
gas. He's only got his 2 gas in his main right now. No, 1 gas in his main.
Oh my gosh. What?
I didn't even notice that. I just like like it's so standard, right, for Protoss players to like just, you know, take their gases. I didn't even pay attention to that. So this is just like the most ridiculous mass zealot play that you've ever seen in your life. There is an observer here coming in. It does get spotted by CombatEX though, so it'll go down. He tries to hide some of that zealot count, but Colossus, oh, we do have a bit of a pause there by CombatEX. But Colossus, man, they're going to be super effective against Mass Zealot. The charge, of course, will help quite a bit, but it's going to be almost impossible for CombatEX to charge up that natural ramp with just Zealots, especially with the nice wall in that Believe is set up.
Wow. I wonder what this pause is about. Usually you have someone by now saying the reason why. Maybe a little bit of a...
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on Skype, and so we'll see what happens here. Of course, it is an offline... Well, it's an online-offline event. And so the admins are there. They'll know the game is paused. This is the only game running right now as it is the semifinals. And so we should get some news here any second. But as for this game, I think it's all going to come down to whether or not Believe moves out before he has like 5 Colossus.
Yeah.
If he sits on 2 base, gets 5 Colossus, then even with all those Zealots, I feel like, you know, Believe should still be able to take that fight with just a couple of well-placed force fields. And since CombatEX has like no gas whatsoever, like, him transitioning to Colossus is just about impossible for him to do right now.
Yeah, CombatEX would have to turn into pretty much a Zerg like engagement where the Colossus is in the middle of the map and he flanks from all sides with all the Zealots.
Exactly.
That would be pretty nice, but that would come down to positioning. Now, good thing for CombatEX, if you look at the mini-map, that's all we can really look at in the bottom left corner. He has so much awareness on the map. Look at that. Like, he has everything covered. Anything happening live? I don't know what he's saying. Nope. So literally, nothing fishy can happen. It's just gonna have to come down to, as you mentioned, just the 2 bases, and Believe moving out and just getting a better engagement overall with this Colossi. CombatEX moving out though, in the middle of the map here.
And that's something that CombatEX does like every game. We noticed it yesterday. He's always got like probes and units just moving around everywhere to have a good vision and know exactly what his opponent's doing when he moves out. Believe there, sad that his observer did die. We see CombatEX trying to split up those units so he can get that crucial flank, and it seems like even he knows that there's no way he's pushing up that natural ramp, and it's really going to be to Believe to make the error of moving out.
Well, yeah, I can't believe how spread out CombatEX is here. But yeah, you're right, dude. This is going to allow him to set up. He's just going to wait again for Believe to move out, and Believe's moving out. He's broke his Immortals, or he uses Immortals to break down the entryway. Is he gonna go?
He's got a second robotics coming up, so if he literally just waits like a minute and a half, 2 minutes, gets those extra 2-3 Colossus out, he is going to be in just great shape. His observer died before he spotted the 3rd base, so right now he probably thinks it's normal PvP mid-game, and oh, here he goes. He's moving out. CombatEX waiting for him. The trap is set. Oh, Believe, is he going to pull back in time? The Zealots are all collapsing in. They need to block those units from making it back up the ramp. And it looks like he's managed to do it. The Colossus there try to escape. Some good force fields do go down, though, for Believe. One of the Colossus here taking a lot of damage. It needs to be micro back, but it doesn't get micro back quite in time. More Zealots charging forward. They're going to take out the Stalker, and that's going to be it, Robin. Believe moved out, didn't know exactly what his opponent was up to, and now these Zealots are just swarming in all over the place. Nothing to be done. Believe gives the GG, and we just had 2-3-0. Very decisive semifinals.
Man, Believe almost had a good evacuation there. Gotten in there and then got some great force fields. Unfortunately, just a few more Zealots got in there. When Zealots get on Colossi, they're like Zerglings. I mean, they die pretty quickly with Colossi, but if they can get on there and get on that surface area, they do so much damage that Colossi just fall so darn quickly. We just saw that happen, man. CombatEX.
Well, I'm a Zerg player, man. You don't have to tell me how scary Zealots are.
That's pretty ridiculous, dude. They just tear right through them. They're pretty high DPS, man. And that's going to be GG. CombatEX taking Series 3-0. Both our players in the semifinals took their games respectively 3-0. So we should be in for a good finals, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Hendros versus CombatEX going to be coming up next, guys, for that final. Whoever wins that series will be going to China to represent Canada. So, Musi, it is not quite decided just yet. whether CombatEX is going to be representing Canada or not. I mean, he's got a solid play style, but I love Hendrilisk, man. This guy, he's so solid. He won the online qualifier, which more or less allowed him to be at this event, even though he already lives in Toronto. He should have just, like, gotten a free trip to Montreal or something. Just go to the Montreal one. Maybe he did.
Yeah.
Maybe he did. Maybe he chose to get the trip to Montreal and then just showed up to the Toronto one. This isn't his prize from the online qualifier. It's just an extra attempt, an extra chance. We're going to have Hendrilisk actually representing Canada twice, probably. He's going to win the Montreal and Toronto lands. But, yeah, so right now, guys, we're just going to go to a quick commercial break. This is the WCG Canada Central Finals in Toronto. If you are living in Toronto, feel free to head down to the Eaton Centre where this event is taking place. You can watch the players play. And without further ado, we'll be right back. Take a quick look here at these Samsung messages.
Thanks. No problem.
What did you guys just do right there?
Just gave him a video.
Okay, let's get started.
You did that without a dongle.
It's pretty cool, huh?
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm texting and watching a video at the same time.
It's a boy. Check it out.
3. Oh, that's cool. That is cool.
That's cool.
Wow. This is a lot to process. Yeah.
Introducing the Galaxy S3. Share like never before.
I am not just a television. I am a Samsung Smart TV. I am your window to the world. A portal, so no matter where you are, you're in the front row. I am a gateway, so you can access anything and watch everything. The only question is, where will your passions take us? Experience the future of smart TV now.
Ooh, man, it's so epic. I love this song. I was singing it like all yesterday. It's not a trap, Robin. You're safe.
Nice. Good to hear. You know what is trap? Bonk just tweeted, so of course I tweeted him back about whoopee cushions. I don't know why. It's my favorite thing to do in the world, man. It's so fun. Oh, man. Well, we're getting ready for this finals, guys. What is it? Best of 5? Best of 7?
Best of 5.
Best of 5.
According to the
Nice.
bracket. Starting on WCS Ohana.
Ooh. Ohana's a turtle map. That's like where the turtles would lay their eggs, actually. Not thinking about it. Nice little fun little beach.
Yeah. So, I just got some news, guys. It looks like there's going to be a 30-minute break here. CombatEX might need a lunch break. We did start at 11 a.m. this morning, which is unfortunately right. Like, it's too early to have lunch, you know, at 11. And it's still quite a ways after breakfast. So probably just a nice little lunch break here. So we're going to be back in 30 minutes at 1:15. Robin, I think I'm going to go grab some food as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to my local convenience store and get some pizza.
Do it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll reconnoiter here when the wolves are sleeping.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect.
We got it down, man. We got it down. All right, guys. We'll see you soon then.
In the meantime, guys, I'm going to give you a nice little info video about WCG and about what happened in Busan, Korea for last year's WCG finals and what's coming up this year in China. So please enjoy, and we're going to restart this gaming action in about a half hour.
WCG, which began as the WCG Challenge in 2000, celebrated its 11th anniversary last year across Europe, America, and Asia. WCG, the world's best and largest game festival, has once again focused the world's attention on Busan, Korea, the birthplace of esports. The WCG 2011 Grand Final took place from December the 8th to the 11th in Busan, Korea. 600 gamers from 60 nations, 300 journalists from 43 countries, 1,300 officials, and over 40,000 visitors participated over a 4-day period in the world's largest esports festival. From over 1,300 tournament matches in 10 official categories, including the mobile category and 3 promotional categories. The Samsung Notebook Super Match, which is a big match among superstar gamers, chosen by the global online community. To various game events such as 3D games. We have applied the latest game and IT trends as the global leader in esports. 300 journalists from around the world produced over 3,195 articles and created media value of $12,532,415 within a 4-day period. WCG's online contents broadcast by Korea's OnGameNet, China's Neo TV, and Own3D TV were viewed by 36,701,846 real-time viewers. The opening of WCG was on the headlines for prominent broadcasting stations, including America's CNN, Germany's RTL and ZDF, and Korea's KBS and KNN, showcasing WCG as the world's greatest game festival. KNN, the public TV station in Busan, conducted a special 2-part live WCG special, showing to the popularity of esports in Korea. With global IT companies such as Samsung Electronics, Razer, and Nvidia as sponsors, WCG 2011 GF served as an effective marketing platform targeting young people. Adding to the global brand exposure programs with on-site banner, website, TV, programs associated with products such as official products for the tournament, mobile games, Notebook Super Match, 3D games. WCG provides sponsors with effective and interactive marketing tool for gaming events. Kunshan, a picturesque city with more than 2,000 years of history, adjacent to metropolis Shanghai to the east, and the cultural city Suzhou to the west. Kunshan is the cradle of Kunshu Opera, the origin of all operas in China. The Millennium Town, Zhouzhuang, is crowned as the #1 water town in China, and crabs from Yangcheng Lake are well known at home and abroad. Kunshan is an important industrial base in mainland China, featured by a complete IT industrial chain. For 2011, total output of notebook computer in Kunshan has achieved 70 million. Kunshan also boasts a huge market for esports and great potential for esports industry. WCG is taking on new challenges for a new future. To communicate better with more gamers, we are choosing trend-leading technology and gaming solutions and preparing for greater changes to come. WCG. WCG's great adventure continues on. World Cyber Games.